Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm going to be diving into the college recruiting process and sharing my best 3 tips to get you noticed by college coaches. If you are an aspiring college athlete, I'm certain that these tips not only are going to save you time, but also help you stand out to these college coaches at a higher rate. Now, if you like this video and if you or your son plays baseball in high school, go down below in the description to download our 27-page blueprint, which will go into great detail on how my academy could help you or your player play at the next level. As a former D1 athlete, I saw hundreds of recruits coming in on visits, weekend after weekend. But how did they even get that trip to begin with? It all starts with a simple email, which, while it can be intimidating, could be the key to landing a college commitment at your dream school. All right, no need to wonder anymore. Here's what we're going to cover in this video. First off, rules of engagement. Let's start off by understanding the basic NCAA rules. As a high school athlete, you're allowed to reach out to college coaches anytime. However, don't expect a response until after August 1st of your junior year. This rule gives you the summer before your junior year of high school to really begin that dialogue. It's also a good reminder that not all universities have the same recruiting process. For example, the Ivy League, those schools have a different standard compared to a Power 5 school, and they can't guarantee your admission as easily. Make sure to clarify these things when starting to email these college coaches. After August 1st of your junior year of high school, you can start having conversations with these college coaches. There's also opportunities to go on official college visits and unofficial college visits. The biggest difference between an unofficial visit and an official visits, you aren't required to pay for anything. They'll take care of your food, your lodging, your travel, all of it. Unofficial visits though, you might be able to tour the facilities, meet the head coach, but that's going to be all on your dime. By then, you're able to engage with these college coaches and even step foot on campus, and especially talk with these college coaches directly. Knowing these rules can help prevent making any unintentional mistakes in this process. When sending emails to college coaches, make sure they are polished. Avoid any grammatical errors, any typos, and even any spelling mistakes. And also remember to keep the subject line simple and to the point. Something such as your name, your positions, and maybe your graduation year. College coaches want serious and mature athletes, and professional communication goes a long way. Also, address each email with "Dear," insert last name, and close it with "sincerely" or "best." These small little details show maturity and respect, which college coaches will appreciate. Remember, they're not just recruiting an athlete. They want a responsible student as well. I realized I wanted to become a college athlete well before even high school. A lot of people don't even know really where they struggle. For me, in my experience, I truly had a lot of exposure. I had a lot of interest. I had coaches evaluate me. But at the end of the day, I was still struggling to land college offers. Now, there's many different layers to it. Obviously, the first and foremost, it's getting that exposure. After that exposure, you really want to get evaluated by these college coaches to see if you would fit in their university. After they've evaluated you, the next step for them is to really show interest into you. They might pick up the phone and have a conversation with you. They might write a personal email to you. And this is the stage where you really want to nurture those relationships. That way they can come out at a later date and time, watch you play, and hopefully ball out. That's exactly what happened to me with the coach at NC State. The assistant coach, Chris Hart, he watched me pitch a couple of times. Back in high school, I was mostly a pitcher, and I think it was the 3rd time that he saw me, and of course, me performing extremely well, that after the game, my travel ball coach shook my hand and told me, now you get to choose where you want to play college baseball. And that's exactly what happened. The dominoes started falling. NC State offered, UVA offered, and Rice. All 3 of my top 3 schools. But everything started to speed up really around my sophomore and junior years of high school. Looking back, I probably started a little bit too soon and I was overly eager. And I started emailing these college coaches really before I fully physically developed. I wasn't quite ready. I sent too many emails to too many schools without targeting the right colleges and the right coaches. If you're in a sport where stats and performance matter, it might be best to wait until you're at peak performance. But personally, I think it's always great that college coaches can see your development. For sports where video highlights are key, make sure to include a link to your profile or even your highlight video. So there's quantitative sports and then qualitative. Quantitative sports, maybe like track and field, have specific metrics where if you just simply include that into the email, there's no debating those times. But sports like basketball, football, and baseball specifically, including a highlight video in your email is almost essential. So that way, these college coaches can evaluate you efficiently. Here are 3 key tips to make your recruiting process that much smoother. Step number 1, create a database. Quickly build out a YouTube channel where you can easily display your overall performance. You can include stats and video highlights, and this will ultimately save you from creating a super long email, keeping it short and sweet. Just make sure to include this link. Tip number 2, avoid emails that are super long. Keep them short. If you have a super long, drawn out email compared to a short, concise message with a link to your profile or maybe highlight video, college coaches are gonna notice you that much faster. College coaches are busy and probably receive, if not hundreds, but thousands of emails every single week. They don't have the time for long, lengthy emails or watching a 10-minute highlight video. Tip number 3, target the assistant coach. Instead of emailing the head coach directly, reach out to the assistant or maybe even the recruiting coordinator to get that response. Assistant coaches typically will be handling a lot of the recruiting process, and they're that much better at communication. That way, they're more likely to respond quickly. This tip alone could save you tons of time as well as increase your response rate. To all the aspiring athletes, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button to support the channel. I wish I had access to a video like this when I was going through the process. It would have saved me so much time. Now make sure to subscribe because I like posting content about baseball development, mindset, and even recruiting. Now if you or your son is a varsity high school baseball player trying to become a college baseball prospect, go down below in the description where I have some free resources on the blueprint that I used to land a college commitment.